Hi, you guys. Happy Monday. Okay, it's Monday, June 16th. Here for the inner union card pull, Oracle card pull. Again, these cards I have prepared. So they have a description, they have an affirmation, and they have a title. And so actually, before I go ahead and do that, I'm just going to go ahead and clear this energy for you and for me. I've already gone through my invocations of the day, setting up my discernment shields, and doing the things necessary for me to feel in control of my energy and the energy around me. So hopefully you have made effort to do that as well for yourself. And if you haven't, there's still time to do that. So go find a quiet place and just bring your consciousness down to your heart space and sit in it and lean in it and, listen for what, your soul is guiding you to and for what is needed in this moment, in this now moment, not tomorrow's moment, but the now moment. Okay. So go ahead and clear the energy. So you are going to hear 3 loud rings. One more for good luck. Okay, I actually already feel better. Sometimes you don't realize how much you're carrying until it all of a sudden gets lighter, and you're like, wait, why is it lighter? And you don't realize that you're carrying things until you're not carrying it. You're not carrying them anymore. So there's that. All right, Spirit, we would love for you to help guide us. This is a collective reading. This is a collective opportunity to share some wisdom with those that are on the twin flame journey, identify as divine feminine, identify as wanting to get into a place of inner union and really working on the wholeness that exists within themselves. So what we have coming right now is Sacred Void. Sacred void. So embracing the emptiness of fertile ground. Whew. I honor the void as sacred space for rebirth. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is really interesting that this card is coming up because, this weekend we have the solstice coming. And, every 3 months, I'd like to think that there is an opportunity for us to come to have a sort of death and rebirth process. And when you are on a journey of inner union, on a journey of wholeness, there is a sacred void that you enter from the very beginning. And it starts with a spiritual awakening. And not everybody's spiritual awakening is the same, of course, but there is a very beautiful process that is obtained when you no longer are running away from this blank void space, because you are now in a position where you are able to transmute this energy. You're able to transcend some of the fears that live in the void space. And in order to do that, you have to stop running from that darkness, that void space. And when you start doing that, your inner light starts to radiate. And you start to kind of see yourself more as the co-creator that you are with the universe. And until you start to face what's in the darkness, you will feel very small compared to everything that's happening around you. You will feel very subjected to other people. You'll feel subjected to this programming that we live in, the societal programming, the conditions that a society bases concepts off of. You will feel very small in comparison to all of it, because we haven't yet faced we haven't yet went into the void space to say, what is it that exists there that I've been running from? Let me look at that. Actually, a card that came up earlier, was related to mirror, the sacred mirror, the divine flame mirror that exists in the void space. That reflection that occurs when we have interactions with other people, when we're in certain situations. We have a tendency to, blame, oh, that person, but that physical person did this physical thing to me. They are to blame for this. And it's like, yes, except no, right? When you are more in your inner self, right? You spend more time in your heart space. You do come to a place where you realize that, you know, all the things that are happening around you and to you are supporting your evolution. So whether that is quote unquote something good or something negative or bad or whatever you want to label it as, it's all reflective so that it can show you what you need to heal in you, the wounding that is asking to be transmuted, that's asking to be shifted in you, to not be held in this spot within your body, or to be held in this conditional, you know, programmed thought process that you have adapted to and, you know, seen as your reality. Is asking for you to rise above it so that you can co-create with the universe. You know, and I think that this time of the year, right, the summertime is a beautiful time, right? There's a lot of transition that already occurs from spring to summer. It just, not even just in nature, but just in physical life, you know, just in physical life and weather and seasons, or the weather, like hurricanes and, you know, storms and things like that. But outside of that, we have so many, you know, actual transitions that are happening in our society, at least here in the US. Well, actually around the world, but specifically here in the US, there's a lot of upheaval. And, you know, it's really easy to look at other people and look at other situations that we are subjected to and to see what's wrong with other people. But when you are a divine being and when you know that you are here to help Earth ascend, which is what we're all, like all divine feminines, all divine masculines, we're all here to raise the frequency and to shift into a new earth. And we are currently doing that. But even outside of new earth, there's another shift that needs to be made continuously, where, you know, all these different, you know, times where we're evolving to a new place are all little drops in the bucket of our evolution. And there's many opportunities to make drops in the bucket. So, you know, this is just the one that we're currently on. And so it's actually really important that we take the time to look at what is being reflected to us so that we can transmute that energy from our bodies, from our society, from our family, from our connections, from our relationships, from this planet, so that we can actually become lighter, right? We become lighter vessels. And when we're lighter physically, then we match the light body that we hold within ourselves, right? And then we're able to do more because of that. So, you know, we could talk about this forever, but it's very warm where I am. And so I'd like to get out of this truck. I'm going to head into the gym, and I'm going to hope that you guys have a really wonderful rest of your day. If you have thoughts and questions, of course, you know, this is an opportunity for you to share what's on your heart as well. You know, what comes up for you when it comes to the sacred void. And I can talk about so much more with the void, you know, intentionally going into a meditative space where I go to the void space, you know, and I go there to find pieces of myself, fragments of myself, and add them back to myself, reclaiming your power. There's so much that can be done there. But first, you have to be willing to go into the void. You have to be willing to face some of those, the things that are hiding there. Just knowing that the things that are hiding are not bad. They're things that need your attention. It's all love in the end. And it's all love in the beginning. So we're just unraveling some of these layers of distortion that we've become subjected to just being here in Earth School. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.